Hi, everybody. Today I would like to discuss my thoughts on social media and their ability to censor certain information on their platforms. And to begin, I would like to discuss Facebook, which is the largest social media platform in the world and has 2.7 billion users. In fact, during the last reported quarter, the company stated that 3.14 billion people were using at least one of the company's core products, whether that be Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, or Messenger, and that is each month. Other social media platforms have multitudes of users too. YouTube has about 2.3 billion, and TikTok is building momentum with 690 million. These numbers are huge, and there are nearly 8 billion people in the world, with at least 4.7 billion of us online. So, simple math demonstrates that 60% of the world's population uses the internet, and 1 in 3 people use social media. Of the people who use the internet, 2 in 3 access social media. Given these numbers, it is not hyperbolic to say that social media has changed the world. The rapid and vast adoption of these technologies is changing how we find friends and romantic partners, how we access information and news, and how we organize to demand political change. Yet, as modern technological users are demanding change, Americans still passionately cling to a tried and true core value: freedom of speech. The First Amendment does protect individuals from government censorship. However, social media platforms are private companies and can censor what people post on their websites as they see fit. But given their growing role in public discourse, critics both inside and outside the government are calling for federal regulation of social media. Admittedly, bad actors use the platform to spread misinformation, disinformation, and lies. And even more frightening, they use them to organize violent events. For example, the mob violence that descended on the US Capitol on January 6th was the culmination of weeks of feverish planning, much of which took place openly on social media, popular with far right conspiracy theorists. Jared Holt spends a lot of time on these platforms as a research fellow with the Atlantic Council's Digital Forensic Research Lab. He focuses on extremist online activity. Holt says that the insurrection illustrates that the current approach to combating disinformation and extremism online isn't working because it is reactive rather than proactive. And he says that oftentimes, by the time a Facebook or a Twitter cracks down on certain pieces of information, it is far too late to halt its spread. Furthermore, Holt claims, as a society, as a nation, we are beyond the point of overdue for a serious, comprehensive examination and discussion about how we are going to fix this problem, because if we don't, the next time could be worse. I concede that point, as derogatory and even dangerous information is spread via social media. Our democracy has been attacked from both outside forces spreading disinformation in an attempt to influence our elections, and inside rioters discontent with those election results. We are at a tipping point, and yet willingly giving up our freedom of expression could do far more damage to our democracy than such malicious acts. The First Amendment was sacred for over 100 years, but was tested for the first time by the Supreme Court's clear and present danger decision in 1919. Two citizens were charged with espionage for distributing socialist pamphlets. In a unanimous decision, Judge Oliver Wendell Holmes articulated for the first time the clear and present danger test. The court declared that the First Amendment does not protect speech that approaches creating a clear and present danger of a significant evil that Congress has power to prevent. Holmes reasoned that the widespread dissemination of the leaflets was sufficiently likely to disrupt the corrupt conscription process. Famously, he compared the leaflets to falsely shouting "fire" in a crowded theater, which is not permitted under the First Amendment. This decision opened the gates to all matter of government violations of the First Amendment injunction, and that Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. Unfortunately, the new fire is fake, as in fake news. But who is going to decide what is true and what is fake? If we give the power to the government to determine what is true and what is false, we will only hear what those in positions of power would like us to hear. For example, our former president tried to suppress truthful, legitimate, but critical content by decrying it as fake news. That's a slippery slope that we cannot begin to go down. As Evelyn Beatrice Hall famously said in her biography of Voltaire, I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. The sentiment extends to social media posts too. I fully believe that people deserve their right to the freedom of speech, but I respect and understand the idea of limiting the widespread of obviously false or harmful news. The way to battle misinformation, disinformation, and lies is to equip Americans with the critical thinking skills they need to discern truth on their own. While he could not have possibly known how much the information age would change what it means to be knowledgeable, Thomas Jefferson was right when he said, an educated citizenry is a vital requisite for our survival as a free people. If we want to remain free, we must embrace and expand Jefferson's definition of an educated citizenry. Schools should teach young people digital literacy and digital citizenship. Public service announcements and outreach programs should inform adults how to recognize fact from fiction online, to use technology to engage in civic action, and how to be respectful of people with differing viewpoints of their own. Thank you. Have a great day.